Hello, it is Friday, November 17th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Friday crossword today, which means no theme, but it will be a tricky puzzle, maybe with some punning and misdirection. I hope it's not too tricky. This is one of those mornings on which I am fairly pressed for time, so I have to just hope that I can get through this puzzle at a reasonable speed. We'll find out soon enough. In any case, this potentially speedy edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by William Arundel, Adam and Annette Noble, Emma Smith, and as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the five of them. They do, of course, keep this channel going as benefactors. I really do appreciate it, as I appreciate the contributions of everybody who has contributed to the Patreon campaign. It really does mean a lot to me, and you can contribute to the channel in that way yourself by heading to patreon.com/dailysolve or clicking the link in the description field, of course, where you can find all of the bonus videos. And as of yesterday, that includes the most recent Bosswords Fall Themeless League competition puzzle. I apologize. When that was posted, apparently the video was not actually viewable. Something went wrong in the publishing of it. It is perfectly viewable now if you try and watch the embedded video in the post about the most recent Bosswords video. So thank you to Casey for pointing that out in a comment on the Patreon. All right. Those are all there. Thank you to everybody who's a patron. There's also the Daily Solve Discord chat server. You can join that via a description field link as well. That is a nice, friendly chat community, so do check it out. And finally, there is, of course, there's my appreciation and gratitude. If you like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and so on. I do appreciate all of those little things. They do help. All right, let's get on with it. Let's try and solve a Friday crossword. This is a construction by Hemant Mehta, who's constructed, I think, around half a dozen crosswords for the New York Times. And this is a Friday Themeless example of them. So let's start solving, see what's in store. Presider over weddings in Greek myth. Is that Hera? Let's see. Hello, yeah, okay, I think it is, because hello in Honduras would be hola. So there we go. So let's just try it and see. Selected at random. Any? In other words, give me any of them? I don't know that I necessarily think of that as being random. But with that A, it's hard to imagine what else it would be. I suppose I understand. I guess in a particular context, that's what that could mean. Not in every context, but it doesn't need to be true in every context. Okay. Anyway, here we have lady in waiting. There we go. And it's a sign. An omen is a sign, something that bodes well or bodes ill. Neuter is, oh, no, right. Okay. So this is neuter as a verb, which is to emasculate. So there we go. Common receptacle in beer pong. A red Solo cup. Yeah, it is amazing how the Solo brand has become so incredibly ubiquitously associated with, I don't know, I guess sort of cheap university drinking. Okay, and particularly the red ones. Group of bats. What of bats? I'm not sure, actually. What about this one? Home of the Green Wave. This will be, I assume this is going to be a sports team, probably a university name, but I'm not sure what it is offhand. Partially plastered. So partially plastered in the sense of being intoxicated, so partially would make you tipsy. Oh, no, not Tulsa. There's a university named Tulane. Maybe that's it, but I'm not sure. Sad post-game report. I lost. And fitness test with beeps is what, a pacer? Not really sure what that is. Requirement for getting into school? Question mark. So what does that mean? Something about maybe a school of fish? I'm trying to think what the pun would be here. And here we have performed light surgery on, and again, we have a question mark. So in this case, I think the pun is around the word light, and it's referring to a laser. So maybe you lased somebody's eyes or something. Right, okay, I still don't know what this group of bats is. Okay. Underworld VIPs. Dons, maybe? A kind of mafia don? I would think with this letter count, I think that's probably correct, but let's look at the crosses. Knockoff. So a knockoff spelled as a single word this way is an imitation or a fake. It's a... can't think. Oh, wait. All right, we have two knockoffs, so that's funny. And I happen to see them one after the other, even though they're not actually consecutive in the list of clues. All right, well, I can't see what either of these is. That's annoying. What about this? Pot growers? Question mark again. So what is the pun doing there then? Not sure. Part of a jacuzzi, a jet of the jacuzzi, maybe that injects the water. Yes, I think it is, because Lunchbox fave could be PBJ for peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which I have to admit I never liked. Knockoff. Boy, I don't know why I just can't see these knockoffs. Pot growers. Oh, bets, as in you grow the pot in a game, you're gambling and you grow the pot by betting. That's very clever. I think that's probably right. The glitter of the snack world, per Ellen DeGeneres. Okay. Cheeto dust? Just guessing based on those E's. So I'm guessing what she means by this. People always say of glitter, you can't get rid of it. Once it's there forever. And I think she must be implying the same thing about Cheeto dust. Oh, this knockoff is a phony. Okay, right, of course. There we go with that P. I should have thought of it, but I didn't until getting most of the crosses. Focus of a get-rich-quick scheme. Not sure. That one's a pun as well. What about this? Like some love affairs. Torrid? People often describe affairs as being torrid, incredibly kind of passionate and quick. Or quickly escalating, I guess. One-time collector of bizarre facts. I don't know. Interesting. And one-sided curiosities. One-sided. To show flexibility is to adapt. That, at least, I think I can put in the grid. To ruminate on is to, well, I was going to say muse, but it would be muse on. So it would be ruminate would be muse, not ruminate on. Although... No. I was trying to think if you could use muse in that way, but I don't think you can. Jersey or Guernsey, those are isles off the coast of Great Britain. And cite with the categories bags and purses and bath and beauty. I assume with this T here, it's Etsy. I didn't know those particular category names, but that is a commonly referenced online retailer's not the right word, but online marketplace. Okay, Jackie's predecessor in the White House. All right, okay, Mamie Eisenhower. Yeah. Oh boy, am I getting that right? Boy, I hope I'm not embarrassingly getting that wrong. Anyway, to ruminate on is to mull something. I finally have realized what that is, because you would say, I'm going to mull that, I'm going to ruminate on that. Whereas, yes, with muse, you'd need the on the muse as well. Okay, focus of a get-rich-quick scheme. Motto, something malls? I don't know. This feels like it should be very obvious, given how much of it's there, but I just can't see it. One-time collector of bizarre facts. Oh, right. Okay. Must be Ripley, of the eponymous Ripley's Believe It or Not kind of books and sort of museum chains. Okay, museum chain. One-sided curiosities. Oh, Mobius strip. So that's clever. Right, because a Mobius strip is a loop that only has a single face, a single side. It twists around and connects back to itself. Very good, very good. Okay. So, lotto balls. I see. Because you could get rich quick by winning a lottery drawing, and the lotto balls are the focus of that because they reveal who the winning number. Okay, knockoff. Oh, a knockoff is a clone, maybe? Right. Okay. I wouldn't have and didn't think of that as a synonym for knockoff, but I see what it means. And so a group of bats is a colony. Okay, a colony of bats. I probably have heard that before, but I didn't come to mind, obviously. Ugh, yeah, I'm well aware. Oh, this is Tulane. Don't remind me. There we go. Yes, I already know. Don't tell me again. Sad post-game report, I lost. We did see that. Fitness test with beeps is a pacer. Right. Yeah, I don't think I know what this is, but it must be the answer. And then requirement for getting into school. I'm not sure what this is. Sorry. What about this one? Dom Perignon's Winery, informally. Not sure. French fashion house. Uh, I can't think what that is either. I'm sure that one will be very obvious in retrospect. Make the grade? Question mark. I'm not doing very well. Let's look at some things we have more crosses. Where we have more crosses. Cologne first launched by Fabergé. Okay, must be Brut. And then made visible. Oh, I'm just struggling with these things today, aren't I? Setting for a speech could be a dais. You could give a speech from a dais, a kind of, a lectern. Those might not be literally synonymous. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but place from which you would give a speech. Okay, to slack off is to I don't know. I feel as though I'm just not getting synonyms today. My man, bro, maybe Keats or Shelley. Ah, right. They are They're composers of the official poetic form of the New York Times crossword, the ode, which makes them odists. Or in this case, either one of them is an odist because we're only saying Keats or Shelley. So a single odist. Ascot, e.g., is a race course. It's at least something I think I can put in. Let's check the crosses on that. I'm guessing this is Tracy Abbott, longtime role in The Young and the Restless. Never actually seen The Young and the Restless, but I bet this is the answer. Icy coatings are rhymes, so rhymes, frost, whore. So there we go. Heated discussion of who's responsible for a failure, the blame game, as they say. Oh, right, maybe not. Blame games? Well, I was certain that was going to be correct. What may be behind the curtain? Request from Oliver Twist. All right, well, what Oliver Twist wanted was some more, famously. So, right, interesting. We'll come back to that. Word with puppy or pie. And major opening. Ursa Major, the constellation, the Great Bear. Mud puppy or mud pie. Okay, there we go. Those are phrases, I suppose. Sent a private note in brief. You DM'd somebody, you direct messaged them through some kind of online service. And a strung out sort is a bead. A bead could be strung out on a string or bracelet or something. What may be behind the curtain? Oh, a tub. You could have a bathtub behind the curtain, shower curtain. Okay, so a blame storm. I've never heard that phrase, but I can't imagine what else this would be, so it must be that. Okay, well, it's a new one on me. That'd be nice. Hope so. And then to respond to an alarm, say, is to drive. That doesn't make any sense. To respond to an alarm. Arise out of bed. There we go. Split is to bisect something, to divide it in two. And veni vidi vici, e.g., is a boast. I came, I saw, I conquered. They're drunk at socials. So the way this is phrased, I could imagine this referring either to people or to things that the people drink, the drinks itself. IPAs, maybe? Particular beer, an India Pale Ale, maybe? Could be. I mean, it is a drink that you could drink. Although, head for the sun, HP doesn't look very good, does it? What about this? This looks like word salad. Yes, scrambled syntax, word salad, exactly. There we go. And then made visible, you bared your soul, for instance, you made it visible. To slack off is to, I don't know why I can't see what this is. Do not. Not correct. Sit in a cellar, perhaps. To age is in wine, sitting in a cellar, aging, perhaps. And 0-calorie beverage would be water. There we go. The most straightforward possible answer to that. Requirement for getting into school is a... Maybe this isn't don't remind me. Maybe it's don't try something, because this could be study. Requirement for getting into school. I don't know. I can't think of anything that would work with that either. I don't know. Dom Perignon's winery. Let's see. Slack off. Chronic pest. Not a nemesis, which doesn't fit, but a bane is not long enough. A chronic pest. You're a... not sure. French fashion. Oh, Dior maybe? What did I have in this before? Ugh, yeah, I'm well aware. Don't remind me, which actually does work with the I, even though for some reason it didn't give me Dior before, but the R did. So what about this one then? Oh, is it Moet? Is Moet responsible for Dom Peignard? I actually didn't know that. For Moet et Chandon. Slack off. Dog it? Oh, is that a phrase? To dog it, to slack off? Did I know that? I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar to me. Okay, so what's the requirement for getting into school? Student ID. Right, okay, there we go. So I see the pun is the getting into bit. It means to literally enter a campus as opposed to sort of be admitted, be accepted to a school. Okay, so chronic pest is a... I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell. Panini purveyors, delis maybe. So panini, adopted from the Italian for pressed sandwich, and then make the grade something. Things just gotten for kicks. Some sorts of shoes maybe, or boots or something. I don't know. Could be anything. Seriously. I mean it, and I mean it. Right. I think the ellipsis here is a clue to the and, because the ellipsis here indicates that this is coming after something that's already been said, and so that's kind of what the and is also indicating. You couldn't say and unless it's following something else. So I think that's sort of helpfully clued in that respect. Head for the sun. Helio. So this is head in a linguistic sense, suggesting this is a prefix, and helio is a prefix that means sun. So heliocentric is the sort of sun-centric, model of the solar system. To fall precipitously in slang, to tank. So that would give us teas here. They're drunk at socials. All right, so you could have a tea social, or... Oh, right, no, this was what I had as IPA before, right? But it's just not... That was just wrong. Okay, well, there we go. Well, good. I'm glad I corrected that. Okay, part of a stable diet, an oat maybe, a stable in which a horse might eat its meals. I think that's probably the answer. And then here we have a canvas finish is a TKO, so that would be, a finish in the boxing ring. You fall onto the canvas, presumably that means, and so a technical knockout. All right, things gotten just for kicks. Something goals. Chronic pest. A nudge? I have no idea. I don't know what this is. Make the grade. And where many travelers come from. They come from afar, I suppose. Oh, field goals. Oh, right. Okay, so this is in an NFL game. You'd kick a field goal. All right, well, there we go. Not the kind of thing that is at top of mind for me, but at least I knew it. So there we go. 0 for 180. What sort of there are opposite points on a compass, or opposite directions and degrees? Sine. Oh, okay, right. I don't remember how all of the trigonometric functions work, but 0 must be the sine of 180 degrees. Sine, cosine, tangent, all of that. All right, make the grade. To assent. To ascend. Because a grade is right. A grade is an ascending sort of plane. So, right, to make the grade to go up would be to ascend. And this is indeed nudge, right? Okay, I wasn't really certain that would be correct because I'm not quite sure I have this vocabulary, but a chronic pest, a nudge. Okay, that must be the answer. And then here we have to turn over, as in to give up or to release. Land, for instance, could be to cede it. And then Candy Mogul Harry. Oh, Harry Reese, for which Reese's Pieces and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups must be named. Okay, well, there we go. And that's that. That was the Friday crossword. All right, there we go. Did it in not my fastest time for a Friday, but I think my morning will be okay. So there we have it. That was the Friday crossword by Hamlet Beta, and did give me some resistance throughout. Not so much, sometimes with a tricky crossword for me, it's a particular area that's I get really stuck in. I think in this case it was more just bits of challenge throughout. Just wasn't a pushover, and on a Friday we wouldn't expect it to be. But there we have it. That was the Friday themeless crossword. I enjoyed it. Hope you did as well. Let me know how you found this one in the comments or in the Discord chat server. Always interested to know. And I will be back tomorrow with the equally themeless Saturday crossword. Equally themeless, but perhaps slightly more difficult Saturday crossword. Do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Friday. Take care.